It's very safe to say that Bob Iger is by far one of the worst CEOs of all time, and of course, somebody that is not able to run Disney correctly. We have, of course, a lot of things happening between Disney, the Disney Plus streaming platform, as well as a lot of things happening with the Snow White backlash to the Indiana Jones 5 box office collapse that has only tarnished Bob Iger's career as a CEO even further. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support, and let's get right into exactly what's going on with Bob Iger now. Now, given that Bob Iger is really dealing with a lot of things on his plate, like I said before, everything ranging from the cost containment plan to the cutbacks to the Disney and Lucasfilm purge, as well as new firings coming our way for Disney for the end of 23 leading into 2024. But recently, Bob Iger addressed the apparent quote-unquote Disney boycott and really began to lose his mind over exactly what he is actually pointing fingers at as to why customers are beginning to shift away from everything Disney. This, of course, ranges from things like the parks, the merchandise, the movies, the shows, etc. Now, on top of this, given that we do know that Iger is in a very big shakeup still to this day with the Disney board, regardless of his contract extension until 2026. It doesn't really mean anything. Same exact thing happened with Bob Chapek. He extended his contract back in June of 2022 for 3 whole years, actually. And where is he today? The board got rid of him and brought Iger back in. Now, with that being said, with Bob Iger doing much damage control lately after the Snow White backlash and the Indy 5 box office fallout, he recently made a very big decision as part of his cost containment plan. However, just recently, Iger recently addressed with Disney boycott, of course, among the customers and the fans, and once again, relating to the parks, the films, the shows, and the merchandise. Recently, he delivered the following to everybody. We here at Disney never get involved in any kind of culture war, nor do we intentionally attempt to get involved in any kind of sparks of criticism among our customers. We have noticed a downward trend with our films and customers on our streaming models, and we can't really put full blame on our creators and those behind those business models. We feel the decline in our statistics and analytics over time with many of our platforms is rooted to the economy and how, of course, and not the content that we are delivering from our producers, directors, and writers. Whether it be Star Wars, Marvel, or the Disney remakes that we have mapped out, and anything ranging from the parks, also we have come to realize is well rooted to the intense weather, at least in Orlando's case, at least, with our Florida location with the heat waves. Now, let me just stop 1 second about this Bob Iger. Now, the thing about this that really strikes me, the fact that Iger is, again, lying pretty much to the point where it's just not even funny anymore. I mean, now at this point, I think he needs the boot. He needs to get kicked out of Disney as a CEO. The board really needs to take a stand, and they too, by the way, guys, are a big part of the problem. Iger blaming the lower attendees, at least at the Orlando location, for Disney World on heat waves and the rise in humidity and stuff like that is a very poor excuse. I really don't believe that that is the true root cause. I just don't see that. I know a lot of you guys out there have been reporting back to me saying that the parks are very much emptier than normal, and others of you have been saying that it's pretty jam-packed as normal. So it's really hard to put a pinpoint on this exactly how they're really tracking this, what kind of average they're really looking at. That's a really tough series of statistics to go over by Bob Iger, but I digress. The problem with this is that he's also saying that the customers running away, or at least witnessing a decline in the overall subscribers for Disney Plus, as well as people tuning in to the Disney movies and stuff around those lines, are not from the creators and the storylines, but from the economy in that situation. So that's also yet another poor excuse from Bob Iger just showcasing how much of a liar he really is, and how he will say anything that he has to say to appear confident as possible that Disney is going to have a very good year for 2024 regardless. So, moving onwards, he goes on to elaborate further. We don't believe we are driving customers away. We still have a powerful streaming platform such as with Disney Plus, and our film slate regardless of the decline which was bound to happen over time eventually. It's something that we are keeping a watch on and analyzing every single week to get a pattern or an idea of where it will lead us into the 24 year. We are gearing up for many more Disney remakes to enhance our film slate, and we are choosing wisely as we want to only focus on quality over quantity. That is to ensure our customers that way of thinking of quality over quantity as our main source. That's our goal for the next 2 years minimum, to see if you can create an incline pattern or engagement levels increasing leading into 2025. We thank everyone for tuning into our shows on Disney Plus and to our ongoing film slate that will ever evolve over time and will continue to grow every single year progressively. Now, here's the problem about Bob Iger. Again, he is once again putting full blame on the economy, on the heat waves over in Orlando at least. He didn't really mention California there, which is interesting. But Bob Iger is also saying how they are going to be choosing quality over quantity, which, okay, I guess I can get that, but at the end of the day, that's not even the problem also, you know. We know that Marvel, yes, may have been overdoing it a little bit, like too much shows and too much movies all at once, and maybe they have to just dial back on that a little bit, but I still don't believe it's a frequency issue like Bob Iger always likes to blame things on. I think all you need to do is you have to create well-written stories that have great character development, no nonsense, no agendas, no nothing like that, and you're golden. You're fine. You know, I think that you can have an ongoing slate for movies and TV shows, a constant stream of content, as long as it really is of value, you know, but we know that Disney's not doing that. We have seen what they did with Elemental, with Indiana Jones 5, with, of course, many other things out there that are bound to release, like the Marvels and stuff like that. It's just an endless, vicious cycle, and Bob Iger is just not helping. He's just continuing to lie to the general public. He's putting full blame on the wrong things and reasons as to what's contributing to customers walking away from the parks, not purchasing as much merchandise, as well as not subscribing to Disney Plus and or not staying as a subscriber as long. And that's another big discussion there, because a lot of people now, the new normal is subscribing for one show, binging it for a month, and then tuning out and unsubscribing. That's typically what a lot of people do nowadays. Apparently a lot of people are going to do that with Ahsoka as well. So anyway, guys, I'm really much intrigued to hear everybody's take here on Bob Iger and what you think about him specifically and what he's doing with the current state of Disney. We know that Snow White is going to be a failure. We all know that Disney's not going to do anything about it in the right way, so that's going to look bad on them. But guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. From night to moon we hear them moans again.